Good morning, Mizzou fans. Gabe DeArmond here. PM in the AM for Wednesday, November 12th. We are talking a little bit of Missouri basketball today, switching things up. The Tigers have their first real test of the season. We all know they got a little bit of a test last Friday against Southeast Missouri State, but tonight is a game you actually expect to be a test going in. That is Missouri and Minnesota at Mizzou Arena at 7 o'clock. Look, I'm not going to give you a full breakdown of the Gophers. Nico Medved, the coach there now, came from Colorado State. He's a guy who was on my radar a few years ago when Missouri was hiring a coach. He's been on a lot of people's radar. He's from Minnesota. He's a Minnesota native, goes back there to coach the Gophers. That's really the extent of my knowledge. I'm not going to pretend I have spent a lot of time breaking down the Minnesota roster and know the ins and outs of what they do well. They are top 65 at KenPom. So a team that not expected to be great, but has started pretty well. They beat Gardner Webb, I think, by 45 and another Alcorn State, I think, by 30 or something like that. Those may have been results. Whatever. They've beaten two really bad teams by a lot of points. Missouri's beaten two pretty bad teams by a lot of points and one pretty bad team by just a few points. Sean Phillips back for the Tigers tonight. But this game is big in the sense that we have heard of Minnesota. It is a power conference basketball team. Not a great one, not probably an upper half of the Big Ten one, not probably an NCAA tournament one. But when you look at the first 8 games of the year, it's the only one that anybody's going to notice outside of Columbia, Missouri. I mean, it is 7 blood donors in Minnesota until Missouri goes to Notre Dame on December 2nd, then Kansas a few days later, then Illinois later in the month, and then obviously the SEC schedule. So there just aren't very many chances to make impressions on people around the country. And Missouri, Minnesota is by no means going to be the focus of the national spotlight or anything like that. But it is at least a chance to say, hey, among power conference teams that might be in that bubble conversation, like middle of the road in a power conference, we're better than that one. And Missouri, like, I'm not going to say it's a must win, but if you don't win this one, I mean, you don't really have another chance to impress anybody until at least December 2nd, probably really the Kansas game. I think it's December 8th. And if you drop that one, then all of a sudden you're going into bragging rights and SEC play, and you really haven't done anything. So if you want to have anything on your resume that shows the tournament committee, hey, maybe bump us up a seed line or anything like that, you need to win. Sean Phillips back. Trent Pierce, no idea, assume not. Honor Boating, no idea, assume not. Trent Burns, no idea, assume he's not really a guy that plays basketball at Missouri until he does. So that's the situation. We will be there at 7 o'clock tonight, both Drew King and I. We will have a Bruning Law Firm post-game show after this one. Before that, I'm going to be doing the Yingling opponent preview with Steve Robertson talking Missouri, Mississippi State football. All kinds of stuff. Hugely busy week here on the channel. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Go join us over at powermizzou.com. All kinds of stuff. Media day yesterday. Cody Goodwin with football stuff. Drew King with the preview of this game. Blake Wallace covered the women's game last night. A little bit of coaching chatter. All of that on the message boards. So all kinds of stuff going on. Appreciate you hanging out. We will talk to you later today.